Good stuff. Everyone good? Everyone got theirs down? Everyone got those down? Give me some head nods. Give me some head nods if we're good there. Okay, before we kind of go on to figuring the strategy, I kind of want to hear back from you after going through some strategies at all 5 stages. Which strategy did you guys identify? We're going to go through, let's go each row and see if we can pick one. So for my guys in the back, what are you guys looking at?
Live and flip.
Live and flip. Why did you like that strategy, Rye?
I kind of like the task of kind of going through it. And I enjoy doing it myself.
Yeah.
So I think I'd want to take on the job, the task.
Amazing. No, that's great because like you said, you can kind of get in there, you work with your hands, and you can do it as DIY or not rent it out or contract that kind of things out, right? Me, I can't put up a shelf to save my life, so I'm going to be calling everyone. But for someone like you who's a little bit more handy, great opportunity to get involved into real estate. You own the property, obviously. You're going to add some value, and you're probably going to learn a little bit about the construction process ever. I love that. Table up here. I think we have some newcomers. Hey guys, how's it going there? Which one? I know you guys are a little bit late to the party. We were going over some of the financial health and identifying strategy that might work for you. So from you guys who were there, what did you guys pick or what are you guys looking for? Yeah, go ahead.
I picked up the wholesaling.
Wholesaling.
To get some more capital.
Yeah.
And then transition into the BRRRR method.
Amazing. I can probably give you 10 real estate investors off the top of my head who did that exact strategy. It's an active strategy. Again, you're going out there, you're marketing for deals, you're picking some stuff up. But again, you're learning so much about real estate. You get to touch your hands on real estate because you're seeing houses, you're talking to sellers. But before you know it, you do 3, 4, 5 wholesales. You're sitting on a lump of cash and you're just going right up to that mortgage broker and be like, property please. So that's a nice place to get started here. Yeah.
Quick question.
Yeah.
For wholesaling, are you trying to find like off market, like there are like broken down houses or like actual like new houses?
Great question. So I think most traditionally wholesalers look for distressed properties because that's where you're going to get the most spread. But I've also seen wholesalers who look for those more luxury properties, but they're able to introduce different real estate investment strategies to them. So for instance, like if I'm looking at a nice single family home in, let's say, Oshawa, a lot of people's like, oh, how are you going to wholesale that? But if you have knowledge of Airbnb or short-term rental, you could wholesale it like, hey, this is the property, very average, but look at it, what it looks like from a short-term rental perspective. Now, again, you've done the work, and now you have a real estate investor who has the capital, and they'll be like, perfect, you've done the work, you've brought that to me, you've added value to that real estate investor. So again, you can wholesale, brand new properties, distressed properties. It's all about adding that value to the investor on the other end. Does that make sense? Yeah. Awesome, great question, guys. Table up here, what are you guys looking into? Yeah, go ahead.
Buy and hold.
Buy and hold.
Buy and hold.
Traditional, because it can't go wrong.
You can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong, that's what I'm saying. I love it, I love it. You guys have something here?
We did the BRRRR about house hacking as well.
Oh, the BRRRR and the house hack?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, combining the strategies. I love that. I love that. So when you guys would house hack and BRRRR, would your strategy be there to stay after the refinance or take it and go to another one?
So I don't know. Like we're currently house hacking right now.
Love it.
But we're actually kind of, in a sense, going backwards a little bit and looking at the Airbnb arbitrage while we still have our primary residence too. So we're gonna want to look into kind of just to get some more cash flow coming.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, because that's great because you're benefiting in the equity from owning the home. Are you going to Airbnb the other unit?
Yeah, so that's what we're doing right now.
Nice.
So we have an Airbnb unit in our basement. We renovated the basement out. And
beautiful.
That, so we just want to try to get, without buying another property, so we can get into a rental and arbitrage that.
That's amazing. And now you have a track record because let's say you go to a landlord. So you go to Kevin up here as a landlord. If you've never done Airbnb, I would never rent that to you. Like, no, like I'm not going to rent that to you. You guys have no experience. But you guys can show, hey, listen, I do this in my house. Like this is our track record. Yeah. So now you have some value to add. Talk to me at the break. I got to connect you with someone who does rental arbitrage all the time. Sweet. And I think it's going to be a real good contact for you guys. Perfect. Table up here. What are we thinking about? What are we looking at?
Well,
go ahead. Yeah.
I said wholesale.
Okay.
So
okay.
I can build some more capital to try other strategies.
There you go. Exactly, right? Wholesale is one of the investing strategies similar to flipping, as you can build that capital there. Now, you're looking to wholesale close to home, or you're thinking about going a little bit wider?
Didn't think that far yet.
Okay, hey, that's good. As long as we're getting the juices flowing, that's what I'd like. Let's talk at the break and make sure we can find a market that you like to wholesale in. Money guys in the back, what are we talking about? What are you guys looking into? If you guys say 24-unit apartments, I'm going to lose it.
I was going to say 32.
32? Okay, that's fine, that's fine.
So, for me, it would be the same house hack and BRRRR.
Yeah.
Honestly, because A, I don't have to worry about my payments, and B, because after 1 year, I know for the fact that I can buy another owner-occupied property.
Yeah.
And just move
Gotcha there.
I've already done some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So now investment.
Good stuff. Ashton, you have something to add?
Yeah, similar to those two there. Me and my wife did the same. We house hacked. We ended up refinancing after we did our house hack and did some renovations. Bought a rental. We burned that, and we put that money that we made on the refinance to a new build that we're going to live in next year. So
Good stuff.
a couple maneuvers there. Maybe the new build game for some people as well.
Good stuff. So I hear buy, rent, refinance, repeat, new build. Wow, it's like a burn. Ooh, we're gonna coin that. I like that there. Sorry, I know you had your hand up as well.
No, just next would be house hacking and burn.
Yeah.
Okay. I did my traditional thing, like just get in the game.
Yeah.
So I buy and hold. I'm buying and holding.
There you go.
But I want to get my hands burning burr
Oh.
because learning is like we have to go through the process
Yeah.
to learn. So
100%.
next step would be taking some burr.
Good stuff.
That's the purpose of being here and connecting with everyone.
Excellent. No, good. No, amazing. So did you write down the Burr book, David
Oh, yeah.
Green? Yeah, okay, go ahead. If you can't find a copy, let me know. I'll share a copy with you. Just going back to that house hacking Burr. Now, another reason why this is so important is because you're going to house hack it, right? You're living there. So we're not coming with that traditional 20% down. We're coming with 5% down usually. Again, depending on your situation, it might make sense for 20. But you have the opportunity to bring only 5% to a deal, get into that deal, renovate it, have someone else live there, pay down the mortgage with you, and then repeat it there. So it's like powerful on both sides. So I really like a couple of you guys here who are doing that there. Table here, what are you guys thinking about? What are you guys looking at doing?
So
Nikki, yeah.
For me, it would be the burr and the buy and hold.
Yeah, good stuff. Are you going to burr into a buy and hold?
No, I want to do both.
Oh, do both. Okay, girl, go ahead. Go ahead. I like it. I like it.
I have big aspirations.
There you go. I love it there. Kind of taking like, the tried and true strategy as well as adding a little bit of flavor to there to really increase the wealth there. Perfect. Second row here. What are you guys looking at? Adam.
I like to flip
Yeah?
and then the burr.
Okay, you settle down back there, okay? We get it. Guy's a flipper.
Everyone's trying to do the buy and hold.
Yeah.
We can flip and flip.
Yeah. There you go. I like it. Now, are you thinking like a live and flip like Ryan, or are you thinking kind of a distance flip where you're managing the project?
Probably distance.
Okay, good stuff. So you guys got to talk at the break, saying, okay, listen, you do a distance and you do it there, so that's awesome there. That's good. Good, awesome. Anyone else in this row?
Well, we were thinking just buy and hold.
Yeah.
It's traditional, it makes the most sense.
There you go. There you go. I like it there. No, I'm telling you, people sleeping on the buy and hold, but it's an amazing strategy. That's what I started with, and there's so much room to grow because you look back in 2 years, and those 2 years will come quick, and you're like, ooh, there's a lot of equity, and before you know it, you're doing it again. Last row up here. What are you guys thinking?
I like the burr.
You like the burr?
I like the burr.
I'm telling you. I tell you, because you got to be a burr guy, right? That's how you do it. You tell everyone, oh, what do you do? I'm a burr guy. No big deal, right? So I like it. I like it. That's awesome. That's awesome there. All right, so moving on quickly here. So for the fun part, we've picked a strategy now. Again, whether you have one, two, or a couple in mind, the idea from here is to understand where you are and where you want to go. Because now we have a roadmap. When you leave here, you're going to take this worksheet and you're going to set it in front of you, and this is going to be your plan to go after your first or next rental investment here. Now, as a rookie, you want to get started, but your idea is to kind of work on this. So you want to work with one strategy at a time. I can't really emphasize how much it's important to pick one and get good at it. I was the poster boy for the shiny object syndrome. I was doing everything. I was trying to Airbnb a burr while living in it, flipping in it, burring in it while doing some private lending on the side, all at the same time. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm a real estate investor. I'm doing everything. And before you know it, you look around, you're like, oh, I haven't done anything, and I haven't really learned anything either because my hands were all over. So I'd really strongly encourage, pick one, maybe two, but pick one strategy, dive into it, learn it. Let's get some books. We'll talk about education in a little bit, and we'll dive into it there, okay? So now let's find an attractive market that you guys can use these strategies in there, okay? Next slide there. So we're going to pick the right market. Now, for me as an investor, I'm a long-distance investor. I have properties in Southern Ontario, as close as Oshawa, as far away as Timmins. When you guys want to talk about Timmins, come holler at me. I can't be more happy about Timmins there. Now, the market fluctuates everywhere. I'm sure you guys know Oshawa. If you're buying, below King Street in Oshawa, it's a different property than buying in North Oshawa. Or for those of you who are in different areas, just a couple blocks over, houses can be so different. So it's important to pick a market, understand that market, and know what you're getting into as an investment there. But let's take a step back and look at a big picture while we're evaluating a market. Is there any sort of economic development in the area? Are they putting in bridges, new infrastructure? Are they building a hospital or a school? What kind of work is going on there? Is it a blue-collar town? Is it like Silicon Valley? Is it a tech central? Or is it all like GM workers like Oshawa here? Is the population increasing or decreasing? Yeah, a city might have been there for 10, 15 years, but if every year they're losing like a couple percentage points on their population, does that make sense as a long-term investment? Because again, we hold real estate for the long term, right? Right? So something to look at there. And other things, who are the top employers in the area? Is it Bob's Burger Shack and McDonald's? Are those the main employers in the area? Or is it like a major hospital? Is it one of the big 5 banks? Like those are the kind of employers you want to kind of govern what you're doing there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do a little activity. I'll get to the quick tip in a second there. Does everyone have the market area research sheet in front of them?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. Now, some people, you guys were printed landscape. Some people, you guys were printed the other way because Staples just doesn't like me. So don't be upset. So what we're going to do, I want everyone to pick 3 cities. Pick one close to home, pick one a little bit farther away, and then pick one that you've never heard of. If you guys want to talk to your partners as well, you guys can do that as well. We're going to work on this activity for a little bit this way. So I'll give you guys 30 seconds to just pick 3 cities and put those at the top. If you guys are looking for some cities, throw your hand up. I'll give you a couple, okay? Okay, we've picked a city. Everyone's picked a city. All right, hands up if we have Sudbury, because I said it out loud. Sudbury? Good stuff. Hands up if we have anything in Durham region. What about out west? Hamilton, Niagara area. Anyone Northern Ontario, something like, oh, no, a little bit, where are you guys at?
We're Timmins or Cochrane area.
Boom, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, baby. I love it. Anywhere else? Anyone is like Niagara Falls? Blue Mountain. Ooh, Cottage area. I like that. I like that. Good. Sorry? Barrie. Okay, I like that too. They're going big over there. They're going big over there. Georgian College, and they got a hospital. My goodness, they got lots of stuff. Anyone else? Any other cities? Peter. London. Okay, London. You got some London guys over here. Yeah. Newcastle's are just outside of Durham. I'm like it there. Pranav. Windsor. Okay. Kingston going a little bit east there. Okay, I got someone for you we should connect with after. Yeah. Thunder Bay. Okay, so that's just, because you like the States. You're trying to go to the States a little bit, Sean. Okay, I see what you guys are doing there. Okay, great. So we have some cities. If you don't have 3, we've just put out a lot, so we have there. What I'm going to do next, everyone has a cell phone? Yep. Perfect, good. Everyone has data, right? No, I'm joking. I didn't want to have that excuse, so I made sure the Wi-Fi was up. So don't worry about that. So if you have data, great. If you want to jump on the Wi-Fi, you can do that as well. But we're going to go through the exercise. So I'm going to give you guys about 5 to 10 minutes. And just pick one city to start. And depending on where we are time-wise, we can go through a couple others there. But I want you guys to just quick Google searches. Again, this doesn't have to be tried and true research. But I just want you to get an idea of where to find this and where to go through. You're going to Google search for population, average household income, population growth over the last 5 years, the average price of a home in that area, apartment vacancy, unemployment rate, and all that good stuff. So you guys can go through that and kind of fill it in for your city. Now again, we're not going to go through all 3 right here. Well, we might depending on the time. But I want you guys to go through because this sheet is great to compare and contrast different areas. When you're done this, you're going to have 3 cities with a whole bunch of information and be able to sit down and kind of go through that there. So I'm going to give you guys 10, 15 minutes to work on this. I'll walk around and we can do that as well. Again, there are some coffees and drinks over there. You guys can have that as well and we'll get back to it. You guys cool if I play a little bit of music? That's okay? Good. Okay, guys, thanks for participating in that activity for me. Who found some value doing that? Who found some value going actually through a couple markets, finding out some different things like that again? Because don't get me wrong, a lot of rookie real estate investors, including myself, have got to start close to home. It's a lot easier to open your door, go into that backyard, and be like, okay, I'm 2 or 3 meters away from this property, I can manage it. But looking at some different markets, whether they're secondary, tertiary markets, might open up some opportunities that you otherwise may not have thought of. So I'd love to hear kind of what you guys thought of. So maybe we'll take one from each kind of group there. Let's start with our money guys in the back. Oh, everyone's heads down now, eh? Okay. No, I'm joking. I'm just doing the research. Gotcha. What's one city that you guys thought of or evaluated?
Yeah, I was just looking at Burlington just because I was there, 2 weeks ago.
Burlington. Everyone knows where Burlington is? Good? Okay, perfect. I'm glad y'all do. No, okay. What were some of the good things that you found about Burlington?
So I like the location a lot.
Yeah.
Right? But the reason more because I actually thought everybody there is over leveraged this year.
Oh, okay.
For what it is. So I thought that next year I'm going to see more inventory over there just because of how over leveraged people actually are.
Yeah.
They're probably going to have to sell. And a lot of people might not actually get their 80% refinance. The loan to value might not actually be there.
Okay.
That's where I come in and be like, hey, your mortgage, I'll cover your legal fees and whatever, but let's just buy it off market.
Excellent, that's good. So this is a great opportunity, whether you're looking to do some maybe Airbnb arbitrage. They can't sell because the market's not there, but they also can't refinance because they don't have the borrowing capacity. So if you're able to come in there, offer them a solution, maybe an arbitrage model, and say, hey, we can keep your payments, you can hold the house, and we'll still able to cover it, that might be a great opportunity. For those looking to wholesale, this might be an even better opportunity. Guys can't hold their houses. They're scrambling. They don't know what to do. You give them a call and say, hey, Mr. Seller, Mrs. Seller, I'd love to put your property under contract and move that to a buyer who's able to qualify and take that investment there. So some good things to keep in mind. Thanks for sharing, guys. Third row here, any markets that you guys looked in? Don't be shy. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was looking into Kitchener.
Kitchener, okay, K-Dub, a Laurier area. That's what I'm talking about. So you'll see my face all over like that. No, I'm joking. What did you like about that area? What did you find that you liked?
Just like as far as I know, with the universities there.
Yeah.
Obviously, Laurier, Waterloo, and
Yep.
the employers with the tech sector and
Yeah.
Manulife.
Yeah.
And the hospital.
Yep.
I was surprised about the crime rate though, because they ranked last in Canada for that.
You ever been to Kitchener, downtown Kitchener?
Yeah.
Oh, that's, nah, you don't do that.
That, but I mean, that's probably the only negative. But
Yeah.
I was surprised with the rent cost.
Yeah, but that's great because now you're able to look at it like, on a high level, you're like, oh my gosh, Kitchener's banging. We got hospitals, we got schools, and then you're like, whoa, crime. Let's take a second, because now you're going to probably take a deep dive and say, okay, if there's crime in Kitchener, let's localize it. Where is that crime? Where is it actually more prevalent? And maybe buying property or buy in areas that are away from there. So that's awesome there. Table here, what markets did you guys? Go
I
ahead.
chose actually out of province, but a negative property that you wouldn't want to invest.
Talk to me.
So I chose the city of Iqaluit in Nunavut.
Oh, up north. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, way up there.
Yeah.
It's got like really bad unemployment, and the vacancy rate is very low.
Okay.
So they just stay in their property. So the investment, you wouldn't get a good return because nobody leaves and there's no employment there, and the crime is like 60% or something like
There
that.
you go. So I like it. Good stuff. I was looking for someone who did a negative one, so I really thanks for sharing there. Yeah, those are some things to look at. If there's nothing driving that economy, might not be a great place to invest. Because if you're looking again, because we look at real estate on a long term, if you're looking 10 years, no one's buying there, no one's leaving, and no one's driving that economy, you're going to end up buying a dud, and it's going to stay a dud for the next 10 years. So I appreciate that, guys, here. Anyone down here? Did you guys pick a market here?
I picked Keswick, actually, like Georgina, Keswick.
Yeah.
Just because I go up there a lot
Mhm.
every now and then, and I noticed there's lots of like vacant properties, so
Okay.
there's not even anything built on it.
Yeah.
Or there's even like really old properties that you can kind of get at a discount, and then like you said, like fixing it up. And
There you
then
go.
Going from there.
There you go. So that's one of the kind of distresses that you look like. So most properties that you're looking for property distress. It's actually like physically in distress, personal distress, where like the individual who owns that property is in distress, or market distress, which is kind of where we are right now. So that's awesome. You've identified some properties there. Might be a great wholesaling opportunity as well as some opportunities for fix and flip. So it's awesome. Question here.
It's more relating to when you're looking to buy a rural, it's a little harder for the bank to fund you when you're buying a rural because of septic and because of surroundings and developmental, like what's happening in the area. Is it close to a major like urban center and things like that? So it's a little harder paperwork-wise too.
Good
Just
stuff.
Food for thought.
Yeah, and just building off that. So let's say the banks aren't going to do it. Oh, okay, banks aren't going to do it. There's a lot of other options we can do. We'll get to it when we talk about the financing, but think about private lending, hard money loans, stuff like that. So it's an awesome way to kind of combat those problems. Thanks, guys. Guys in the back, what markets are we looking at?
Similar to my man over there, I kind of made a bad one.
Oh, what'd you get?
Well, I took a community instead of a city, so that was kind of my bad. But
No, that's fine.
I decided to kind of dabble in Orono.
Okay.
Well, kind of in Clarington.
Sorry, before you go, Ryan, can
Yes.
you just explain where Orono is for those of you, for those who aren't here?
It touches toward, it's Clarington.
Yeah.
The municipality of Clarington. But it kind of touches towards, I guess, heading into Peterborough.
Gotcha. So just to kind of help, it's in Durham region, north part of Clarington, between Peterborough and Bowmanville, right?
Yep.
Good. Hit me. What's going on there?
Well, the population was only 1,105. So
Oh.
right there, I'm looking at.
So like everyone in this room.
Average age.
Yeah.
The average age is like 47. So I'm thinking the people are kind of set where they are.
Yeah.
There's not really too much kind of movement.
Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of, I looked at it and thought, move on to the next city.
Good stuff.
But it's good to kind of get the bad because then you can move on to
100%. Every market that you find out that's not going to work for you, you're one step closer to that market that is going to work for you. So thanks for sharing, guys. Second table here. What markets were you guys looking in?
We looked into Belleville.
Belleville. Okay. B-Town.
We looked at a small population, 58,000. Average household income was 60,000. average home price 570. The unemployment rate is low though, it's like 2.3%.
Yeah.
Average one bedroom, 1,147. Average three bedroom, 1,382. Crime rates, I don't know what 68.51 is like.
So you want to take that, so wherever you got that stat, compare that stat with the other cities so you have something like apples to apples. Because 68 means nothing to me, but if you can say from the same data source, Belleville's 68, Durham's 58, and Sudbury's 98, now you have something to compare, right? So that's what you want to do there. But that's great. So now you're saying Belleville there. I don't love the income to household to purchase price, but again, that's something you want to discover and you can kind of connect the dots there. So that's awesome there. Table here, any markets that you guys like looking at here?
We looked at Timmins.
There you go.
Yeah. It's surprisingly the population growth dropped a little bit in the last 5 years, but that town's still it's fairly unsaturated or not as saturated as Southern Ontario for investors, and house prices are still pretty decent up there. So
Yes.
lots of opportunity to go up that way.
Amazing. And we can talk about why that 5-year drop happened. I have a lot of data to back that up because people always say, well, Isaiah, you said there's no price drops. I said, well, here's the data to back it up. So that's awesome. But I'm glad that you dived in there. Here, last web table here. Anyone here found a market they liked or didn't like?
I looked at Windsor, Ontario, just because I used to live there.
Yeah.
It was actually an interesting one for me. So I was able to compare it to what I knew I was paying when I was there back in 2014. So average household income, 50,000, with a average home price of 723,000.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, average home price of 723,000.
In Windsor? Sorry, just before I cut you off. Remember everyone 5 years ago, everyone's like, Windsor, where's that? And now they're at like 700, that's what I mean, right? So it's crazy. So sorry, go on.
Average one bedroom rental rate, 1,300. Just to give a perspective, I rented a home in Windsor in 2014 for, I think I was paying $950 for a 4-bedroom home. So just
crazy.
Stuff is happening, things are moving.
Appreciation, eh? Appreciation.
And then the top 5 businesses and industries. So 2 of them were automotive. One was Ford Motor Company. The second most popular company or business there is a casino. And then the third or fourth one is a call center.
Nice.
So just little things like that have changed over the last little while. But
dope. I like it there. So you had some Nat?
I was about to say, I just went up to Windsor about last year.
Yeah.
And they had a whole bunch of brand new developments.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of brand new homes and stuff. So
it's crazy. It's growing there. It's crazy.
They were looking nice.
They grow I have a property in Windsor as well, and when I just before I got there, I remember people like, oh, can't go to Windsor. There's nothing there. There's nothing backing it up. But I took this exact sheet. I did this exact sheet back then, and I had the data in front of you. I'm like, no, that doesn't make any sense because I have the data in front of me that works. So again, you can listen to what everyone else is saying, but I hope this gives you the tools that you guys can actually take and say, hey, I have the data in front of me. This is what the data is saying, so I can make better investment decisions there. So that's awesome, guys. Thanks for doing that. I appreciate that one there. Do you want to go to the next slide there? So we are going to take a break. Not right now. We're going to do one more section, then we're going to jump a break. We'll get some food for you. Dang, who is that? No, Doug, sorry. One more slide, please. So we're going to talk about education now. And again, this isn't something that I really need to beat into you guys because obviously you've taken the time, you showed up here today, you understand the value of education. But I did just kind of want to open up some dialogue here about increasing your education and really committing to something for the next 30 to 60 days. Now, there's endless benefits that come along with real estate education, and nothing's going to take you further. If you took everything away from me that I own right now, I'm still confident that I can get back to where I was because I understand it. It's not a matter of, oh, I have this and I can't lose it. That's like a limited mindset. Once you get that growth mindset and you understand the game, there's nothing you can't do. I'm not worried about losing everything because even if that did happen, we have the education behind us to go back to get where we are. Now, with knowledge and the constant pursuit of it, you don't know what kind of doors are open. I never knew I would meet people like Pranav, Ashton. I never knew that I'd have some of my closest friends show up to workshops like this. So it's amazing to see what education will do for you in terms of real estate investing. Now, I want to give you guys a self-education challenge. I had stars beside it, but they didn't let me. It was going to go but it didn't do it. So I'm just going to go for y'all. So what I want you to do, next 60 to 90 days, I want you guys to pick one real estate book, one podcast, and one real estate investing website or YouTube channels. So I'm going to give you some suggestions, so get those pens fired up. Let me get those pens fired up. For your real estate book, obviously number one is The Rookie Real Estate Investor by yours truly. Go ahead and get your copy there. That's good. Hey, there you go. There you go. That's my guy right there. You're winning the draw prize automatically. Just there it is. The Rookie Real Estate Investor, again, great fundamental book. A lot of what you're getting here is in the book there, but great to supplement that. Another book that I've recommended is The BRRRR Method by David Green. You can get that one on Bigger Pockets, or give me an email and I can share that book with you as well. Brandon Turner has a book which I think all rookies should go, Investing in Rental Properties by Brandon Turner. What's wrong? Yeah, we had some problems with these pens. The manufacturer, we're gonna have to call them. I'm sorry about that. Investing in Rental Properties by Brandon Turner. It's the blue book. Again, get that one on Bigger Pockets, an amazing book for you that way. And then The Millionaire Real Estate Investor by Gary Keller. Those are a couple books that I'd love for you guys to take a second to highlight and add those to your reading list. But again, how many books are we picking? One. Pick one book. And the reason why I say this is, again, I don't want you guys getting shiny object syndrome, because for me, that was the thing that held me back the most. I was reading everything. I was analysis paralysis. I had 50 stacks of papers. I had 50 books. I was on 50 different websites, and I was not moving. But when I kind of got that all down to one, I started making some real strides. So I hope that's the same for you guys. And then we're going to talk about podcasts. Again, I know we're all doing stuff. Our days are very busy, whether we're going to work, school, or dealing with our kids. So podcasts are a great way to get education there that you don't have to be all hands on decks when you're listening to. So a couple podcasts that I'd recommend for you. Real Talk by Gary Hibbert. He's going to be one of our guests today as well, so you'll hear from him personally. But he also has an amazing podcast where he features real estate investors and talks about investing from a Canadian perspective. Another podcast that I would suggest listening to you is the Bigger Pockets Rookie podcast. Now, Bigger Pockets, again, that's one of the biggest real estate education companies out there. But I would suggest the Bigger Pockets Rookie podcast. It gives you more from a beginner perspective and getting into some more stuff that way. Question?
Those all on Spotify?
Yep, all on Spotify, and Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. Those are all good as well. And the final one that I would recommend is the Andrew Hines Real Estate Investing Podcast. That's one of the meccas. And when you listen to it, he even says it. I suggest you go back to the beginning and listen to all my episodes from one. And to be honest, when I started, I said, bro, I'm not listening to number one. Like, I'm busy. But in his good graces, so much education there. And I would also recommend the same. Go back to one. Put it on, obviously, 2.5 speed, because that's how we should all listen to. No, I'm joking. She hates when I do it. I tell her I listen to a podcast at 2.5 speed. She's like, what's wrong with you? But again, I would suggest going back and listening to his. So much content and value there. And finally, a real estate YouTube channel. Go check out the Bigger Pockets YouTube channel. They got a whole bunch of videos and doing everything like that. Another one, Alfonso, I forget his last name. There it is, yes. He has a great YouTube channel. He's putting a whole bunch of great content out as well. So go check both those two people out, and they're doing a bunch of great stuff there. And this is the last thing. I want to read this verbatim because I really want this to kind of hit home in terms of the education. I want everyone to commit to a self-education plan for 30 to 60 days. The reason I say 30 to 60 is because guys are like, oh, I'm going to be educated for 6 months. That's too long. You got other stuff you're going to waiver. 30 to 60 days, all you need. Get your book, get your podcast, and get your website, and dive in. Commit to 30 to 60 days. Work hard and learn the tactics related to your market and your chosen strategy. During this time, you're going to develop a deep understanding of real estate investing and be prepared to launch your next or your first real estate investment, okay? So everyone, put your hands up and say, I will commit to a 30 to 60 day, no, I'm joking. But again, I want you guys to commit to 30 to 60 days. We're not taking no pledge. It's not a cult here. But again, I really want you guys to kind of work on this for we do it there. Sounds good? Yep. Good stuff. Give me a couple claps and warm that up. Good stuff. Okay, just as we're going to take a break in a little bit, have some food come in, but I actually have one of our guest speakers who's going to come up right now and share a little bit of information there. Would you like me to do an intro, or are you good to kind of do the intro there?
You got great energy. Give me an intro.
Okay, all right. Coming in, standing 6'4", coming out of the blue corner. No, joking. So we have Sasha coming up. I don't want to spoil this whole thing, but he's going to talk to you about home inspections and a little bit about what his company does. Again, we're going to get to more of that nitty-gritty stuff after the break, but I feel this is a great time for Sasha to come up and give you guys a little bit of information on what his company does and the importance of home inspections there. So let's give him a round of applause as he comes up, guys, okay?